Hey you guys, OMG. I literally just did a whole live stream and then it froze at the very end. So I'm just re-recording this just in case the live did not go through. But I want to thank everybody for who wished me a happy birthday. Thank you so much. A happy 40th birthday at that. Can we believe? Can we believe that I'm 40? Don't answer that. If your answer was yes, just but yeah, it's so surprising when you hit these numbers. But you know what? It is also an honor. I'm honored. I'm honored to be 40. I really, really am. This has been a really special birthday for me, and I want to share a little bit about that. So let's talk about being 40, but let's also for a moment talk about trading up these husbands in the pictures that they post of their wives. Don't they know that there is an approval process? It needs to be submitted for pre-approval before they go posting. So funny. So my husband, no, I love his love, and I love that he wished me a happy birthday. He got me these balloons that say 40 on them, which was so sweet. And I just wanted a picture. I was like, oh, take a picture with me with my 40 balloons. But it was like in the morning. My hair was not done. Okay, I had slept on that hair. Okay, so my hair was not done, makeup not done, which is okay. Like, I don't always have to have makeup on. But still, it was like, there was not a moment. That was not like an Instagrammable moment. I just wanted some pictures. I just wanted a picture with my balloons that he surprised me with in the morning. And was so funny too, because I tried to smile, but you could see in my eyes I was tired. I just, from the day prior, my eyes were still sleepy. And so I was like trying to smile, and like no matter how hard I tried to smile, my eyes looked tired. So I was laughing at the pictures. So me saying that out loud, I thought he knew, like, don't post that one. But he posted it. It's okay. Bless his heart. Bless his heart. But anyway, I thank you guys because what it did allow is for many of you to wish me a happy birthday. And I'm so honored, and thank you so much. So let's talk about being 40. And for me, it's not even just the age of 40, but for me, it's like what God is doing in my life now that I'm 40, or at this time of 40. So I took a day recently to go spend time with God because I wanted to basically commemorate what he's been doing in my life. And this is how it feels. And this is going to relate to others in a way at the end. I'll share that, how I believe it relates to other people as well. But for me personally, the last couple years has been a transformation. I feel like when the Apostle Paul wrote in Colossians 3:3, for you have died and your life is hidden in Christ. That's how I feel. Going into 40, that is exactly how I feel. I don't know how to describe it any other way other than I feel like I have died. The person I was, especially like 2021 and before, that person has died. And I am becoming an even more true version of myself. That's the best way I could really describe it. And the Lord has been bringing me on this journey. And, we think about that at the moment when we get saved, in the moment we give our life to Christ, like, okay, I'm dying to my old self and I'm becoming a new creation in Christ. But how many of you know, like, that's actually a progressive process? So like dying to ourselves is something we do constantly, daily. And then we're constantly being conformed into the image of Christ. So we're constantly dying and we're constantly evolving and transforming. That's what we're supposed to be doing anyway. In the last few years, I have felt that intensely. I didn't know the whole time. I didn't know that's what was happening. Like, there were parts of it, especially like around that 2021, I was like, Lord, what is going on in my life? But now I understand it was all part of the separation, and even, dare I say, the death of old self, and becoming more the Alicia that he designed and created me to be. And now now I understand. Now, in hindsight, looking back on the past few years, I get it, and it's become beautiful. It's become a very beautiful journey. It's blown my mind, to be honest. But it involved dying to myself, what I thought life would be like, and embracing, this self that He created me to be, which is like, always exceeds your imagination. So this time with God that I spent, it was special because I'm turning 40, and I feel like in the Bible 40 is a special number. Jesus was in the wilderness 40 days. Moses was on the mountain 40 days and 40 nights. I'm turning 40. We are in the middle of 40 days of prayer and consecration at our church. The place that I went to spend time with God, that is a special place that actually is turning 40 this year. That place was established the year I was born. I read about it before I went. I was like, wow. So just all these 40s, all these God reminders. And I feel like 40 is a number of transformation, right? Moses came down the mountain with the 10 commandments after those 40 days. Jesus came out of the wilderness with power and started his ministry after those 40 days. And so I feel like for this birthday, my day with God, what I wanted to do was officially tell God yes, right? Like, I had accepted it already, but I officially was like, Lord, what you're doing in my life, the transformation, the death to my old self and the new self that you're birthing, I say yes to it. And I give you my life all over again. Everything that I am, everything that I have, you can have it. You can have my life. You can use me the way you desire. I am in your hands. I'm a tool in your hands, and I say yes to what you want to do in me. That's how I wanted to spend 40, commemorating the transformation that God has, this transformation journey He has me on, and just telling Him officially yes, and like taking a day to really be like, no, but for real, Lord, yes, let's do this. Let's do this, right? So what does that look like? What does this, what am I even talking about? I'm still finding out what that looks like. What does this transformation mean? But I know, for some things are already unfolding, right? Like, God has my ministry kind of branching out into new ways and new assignments that He's given me to do. Some of you may have noticed the word apostle is in my bios now. Where did that come from? Why is she calling herself an apostle now? That is just one of the things that God has revealed in this time. He's revealed that that's part of who I'm created to be. I am an apostle of Jesus Christ. That was like a mind blown. I didn't know that. I mean, I knew I loved the gospel. I knew I loved ministering, but I didn't know that. So the Lord's been revealing that and sharing that with me. And so anyway, it's just all part of this, me stepping into who God really created me to be, for real, So I'm excited. But I also know, so this is where I get to say it's not just me. So I don't know if you all can tell, but it's there are winds of revival that are blowing, okay? There have been many revivals in history, and there will continue to be revivals until Jesus comes. But it's we're on the edge of another great move of God, for real. And it's already started. We've seen it spring up in some places. It's already started, okay? But it's rippling. There's ripples that are hitting different spots. And so the ripple is coming our way. Not the ripple, the wave. The wave is coming our way. And so in part of that process, God is needing His people to understand who they really are, for real. And He is okay, who you were created to be, I need you to really know. I really need you to know that person. I need you to know that version of yourself. And I need you to take up the spiritual tools that I have given you. And I need what's in you, the supernatural graces that are in you, I need those things to be stirred up. I need you to walk in that grace, and I need you to walk in that identity, because it's all part of Him bringing revival to the earth. So as I wrap this up, I want to share more about that revival that God is brewing and walking in our true selves, I just want to share just 3 things about that, three quick opportunities, I guess I'll say, about how we can know more about that and step more into that. So the first one is tonight I am going live, and I will be talking about the thing that is honestly, I think, the greatest or one of the greatest enemies of this revival, and that is the religious spirit. You guys, oh my goodness. The religious spirit is such an enemy to revival. It's such an enemy of what God is doing. And I think that if we ask the average person, like the average Christian or churchgoer, like, what's the religious spirit? Like, what does it mean to have like a religious spirit? I think they would say something that's probably accurate, but I think they would miss other ways that it shows up that hit closer to home. Because I think when we think about the religious spirit, we know what that looks like in other people, but we don't always know what that looks like in ourselves. And I know for me, the Lord had to shed some of that and to like reveal like part of how you're feeling and thinking right now is a product of the religious spirit, and you got to get rid of that. And so he needs all of us to understand those things, because if we lean into those things, we put ourselves on the side of resisting what God is doing in the earth right now. And so I'm going to be going live about that. I'll be going live on my ministry pages. So it'll be Instagram, YouTube, especially my YouTube channel, Alicia Renee Greer. If you're on Facebook, I'll be going live on my Facebook page, not the personal profile, but my page, the Alicia Renee Greer page. So I'll be going live tonight at 8 p.m. talking about the religious spirit, so we don't unintentionally become enemies of revival. Okay, so that's one. The second is really this project that God's had me doing, this assignment that he's had me doing. And honestly, a better way to describe it is than the way that I think I have described it is, how do I help other people to tap into this very same thing that I'm talking about? How do I help other people to tap into who they truly are, who they were created to be, the supernatural graces that God put inside of them, because those things have to come forward. They have to. We all have to take our place in this revival. We have to all take our posts. He needs us all walking in our true versions of ourselves. And so to that end, he has me helping to train other people up. He's not only doing that work in my life, he's having me help other people be trained up to know who are they really. And so that training will be next week. It is what I've been calling the spiritual gifts class, but honestly, I almost feel like that name doesn't do it justice. And I wonder if I need to change the name, but that is what it is, because we do go through the gifts, but it's in a way that's not typical. It's not like the typical spiritual gifts class that you would think of. It really goes into, in these classes, prophecy is released. It's really an experience of people understanding like, oh, I was created to do this. Oh, I thought I had this gift, but now I'm understanding, wait a minute, this, it's like the Spirit of God starts stirring people up. So that's what the spiritual gifts classes are that I lead. It's really part of activating soldiers for the revival is what it is. So anyway, you are so more than welcome to join. And for my birthday, I'm doing a special promotion. So if you use the code BDAY, it will be 40% off, okay? A limited number of tickets. So sign up today. That training it's a week long. So it's March 18th to 23rd. I've been doing them once a quarter. And so I would love for you to join this next one, okay? So March 18th to 23rd, normally $29.99, but for those who take advantage of this promo right away, limited number of tickets, use the code BDAY and it will be 40% off of $29.99, whatever that is. I'm not doing that math right now. Okay, and so If you're watching on Instagram, click the link in the bio for that. If you're watching anywhere else, go to aliciargreer.com and you'll see the spiritual gifts class. You can find out all about the schedule and the times and Q&A and what do we cover, and if I'm not going to be there live, can I watch the replay? The answer is yes. You'll have access to recordings after the class ends, so you'll just be able to find all the information that you need if you visit the website, and then you'll be able to click the link to register as well. So I'm excited for that. Come be a part of this training next week. And then lastly, on Easter or Resurrection, I can't say that word well, Resurrection Sunday, whichever term you use, on that day, March 31st, Sunday, March 31st, my husband and I are preaching. We are leading service at Destiny Christian Fellowship that day, and I'm so excited because the Holy Spirit has already started giving me my portion of the sermon for that day. He's also already started giving Jarrell his portion of the service for that day. So my husband and I are just really excited about sharing with you all. And it's interesting because the Lord has already spoken about that day. He's already said that at that service there is something special that he plans to do. I don't know exactly what it's going to look like, what God plans to do. I don't know exactly what that's going to look like, and I have learned it is better to just not have expectations, just go in and let him do whatever he's going to do, however that looks. We tend to, like when God releases a prophetic word, we expect to see it a certain way and then it be this whole other way. But he has released a word that that day and at that service, he's going to do something special. And so I would encourage you to come and be a part of it. So you can come in person, Destiny Christian Fellowship, 10 a.m. on Sunday, March 31st, or you can tune in online, destinybayarea.org, or the Pastor Paul YouTube channel, whichever way you watch. And we really look forward to that. Our next gen team is going to be there. They all also activated in their identities. They're moving in their fivefold ministry gifts, and so they'll be there as well, part of the service. So I'm just excited. Again, I just want to thank you guys for wishing me a happy 40th birthday. I love you all. Let's keep walking in our true kingdom and identities. Why am I getting tongue-tied at the end? Let's keep walking in our true selves, the true selves that God created us to be. And let's just get in place for this revival that God is stirring up. All right. Love you guys. Thank you so much. And hopefully I'll see you tonight and next week. Bye.